everyone. My name is Ryan Hart, and I'm the dietitian behind Visual Veggie Software. What we're going to do today is take a look at the new monitoring web app, the Study Suite monitoring web app. So we're going to do a quick walkthrough of that. So what I did is I came to the visualveggies.com website. This is probably the easiest way to get to the web app. And then you're going to click on the hamburger menu, or the three horizontal lines in the upper right, and then choose the login option. And then we're going to choose the Study Suite monitoring login. So you can either click on the icon itself or click on the link. And this will bring the landing page for Study Suite monitoring. Now, if you're just getting started with the web app, you would have received an activation code. So you'll enter that in here, put your email address in, and then go through the process of setting up your account. You will make a password for your login, and then after you do this, you'll be able to go and log into the website. Now, one way that the new monitoring web app differs from the desktop version is that you now have the ability to see all of the content that your students see in their desktop or even their web app, the Study Suite Anywhere web app. So that anything that's over here on the right-hand side, you can use this web app as a student, so you can play around with all of the material in here. We're not going to focus too much on that. So you're just more than welcome to go ahead and play around. What we're going to do, though, in this tutorial is actually the monitoring tasks. So everything we're going to do is on the left-hand side, or it's in the left navigation in the top left here. One thing to note when using the web app is you never want to hit the back button or forward or even the refresh button. Try to prevent doing that, because that will take you back to the login page. It's always best to do any of the navigation from the left navigation of the app itself, or clicking on any of the panels from the home screen. So the first task we're going to do is set up our students. So I'm going to click on the My Students panel, or I can also click on the Manage under the Instructor Tasks. So click on the Students panel here. And now we need to set up a cohort. So the cohort could be named whatever you want, but it needs to be a unique name. A good idea would be to choose like the semester that we're in and the year, or maybe the course title. So this might be Spring 24, we'll just call this. And I'm going to just call it Test also. Spring 24 Test. So that's the name of the cohort that I'm doing. I'm going to add that. And now we have our cohort added down here. So I'm going to select that. And we see there's no students here, obviously, because we haven't added anyone yet. So then we'll click on this Add Students. And now we have the options to add students by import code. So if you have a lot of students in when you ordered the software from us, we may make up an import code for you. And that just makes it easier instead of typing in a dozen or more different codes. You would enter in one code, and then it'll add in all of your students. They'll all be linked to one import code. You can also gather your the registration or activation codes from your students. One of the easiest things to do is probably search by last name, or maybe even email address. I think last name would probably be the easiest. So just start typing in the last name here, and we're going to add, I'm going to just select this one. I know I have some data in here, so I'm going to add that one, and then I have another one I want to add too. So this one down here. So I added those two students, and they're both me, but one of these is my web app test app, and the other one is my desktop test app. So now I have my cohort set up with my students added in there. So now I can go in and monitor these students. So go and click on the monitor in the left navigation. And we'll choose our cohort. So there's two drop-down boxes here. We have to first choose a cohort. I'm going to choose my Spring 24 test. And I can either look at the group as a whole. So this will compile data specifically looking at the whole group, or I can look at one individual student. So I'm going to just choose the one student. And this will take a couple of seconds to load up. It's compiling a lot of data, doing several calculations, and we see it's just about, it's done. So it only took a few seconds. At the top here, this is showing the overall proficiency analysis. So this is showing the overall percentages for between the different domains or main categories of the exam for everything that's being scored. And that would be the exams, the matching, the abbreviations, and hanging with nutrition. Scroll down a little bit and you'll see the practice exam analysis. This will show the students' overall average of the practice exams. And we see the bar chart to the right. This will show a comparison of the students' pre-test score compared to their overall average compared to the cohort's average. And as you see, as I'm hovering over this, it's showing a little box here with their the number, and that number is their percentage. And again, this is broken up between the four main categories of the exam. If the student has taken a pre-test and a post-test, a post-test would be the last full simulation exam in the software, then you'll see a report here. So it'll show like a comparison and if they went up or down in each of the categories. Below that is a list of all of the exams the student has taken. So we can go and select a test in here, and it will populate the questions below, and it'll show us if the student answered each question right or wrong. You can double click any of these questions to see what the question was, what the correct answer was, and what the student chose, and then also the explanation for this question. This next section here will take several seconds, maybe a minute or two to load. This is taking a lot of calculations. It's looking at a lot of data. So it might be a good idea just to click that once and just like let that run, and you can go ahead and review everything else, or just sit and wait for this to be done. You're most likely not going to need to look at this every time you monitor a student, because this is not going to change a whole lot. This might be good just to see on at his baseline, and then just to see every now and then how the student is doing. So I'm just going to scroll down as this is still working. And we can see the library analysis. This will show a list of the articles that the student has viewed or read. The video analysis, again, just looking at the videos that the student has watched. Come down a little bit further and we see the matching analysis. So this is the overall average for the students with using the matching. And then again, here is their overall average compared to the cohort's average between the different categories. All right, so this is almost done. Okay, so the topics proficiency. This is showing the students' overall proficiency, how many attempts they did, and what the topic is. You can show different categories. So this is 0 to 25. You can change it up to 25 to 50%, 50 to 75, or 75 to 100. And this might be a good teaching tool. Like you can look at this and say, okay, you know what? As the student, like I see that this student hasn't been doing so well with authorized health claims. So we might want to sit down and maybe assign certain things for the student to do, or just kind of help them to try to increase this proficiency. You can load the matching categories. This shouldn't take too long, but this is similarly just showing the proficiency and how many attempts between the different categories of matching. Hanging with nutrition, if they have this study module available, this is available only in the Ultimate package of the desktop software, and it's not available in the web app, the Study Suite Anywhere web app. So just keep that in mind. Like if you don't see anything here, that's probably all that means. And this data that we're looking at is one of my test accounts for the Study Suite Anywhere web app. So I don't have any data in there. The flashcards analysis, this is just going to show the number of cards that the student has viewed in each category. And again, flashcards is available in the Ultimate desktop software. It is also available in the Study Suite Anywhere web app. The abbreviations, that's available in any of the desktop versions, but it's not available in the web app. So you may not see any data here. The time utilization, you can get a look at how much time, and again, put a little % sign next to that number. So how much time the student is spending in each of the main categories. And then the last piece we're going to go over with this tutorial is this new assignments feature. So you, as the instructor, now have the ability to create and monitor the assignments for students. So let's go and create a new assignment here, and we're going to go through an assignment wizard. There's simply 4 steps that we're going to do. And we're going to first give this assignment a name. Again, this could be anything that you want. This does not have to be unique, but it's probably a good idea to make it a unique assignment name. I'm going to just call it test assignment for tutorial. And then you're going to choose a due date, whatever you want it to be. I think by default, this will go out 7 days, but you can click on the date here and a little date time picker will come up. And then choose a cohort to assign this to. So we're going to choose our Spring 24 test that we just created. And then on the next step, now we're going to choose what topics we want in this assignment. So using the keyword search, just start typing anything. Let's say we want to look for the break-even point. Select a topic from the left, and then this will show you all of the content that is available associated with this one topic. So I'm going to assign the exam questions, and we'll assign the library article, and let's do also the videos. Now, you can add as much as you want here. You can mix and match however you feel necessary. I mean, we can even do, let's say we want to also add some athlete information in here. So we'll select this one, we'll add those 6 questions, and let's add that article. Okay. The next step, you have the ability now to review everything that's in this assignment. So let's say we want to review these 16 practice questions, and again, just double click any of these to bring up what the question is. This will give you a little bit more information too. It tells you like the difficulty rating from 1 to 4. So if you don't want one of the questions or any of the content, just select one here and hit remove item. If you by mistake added a whole module that you wanted to, you can just remove a whole module. I'm going to keep everything here though. And then click next. And then the final step is just to send it to the students. You can click this box, check this box here, and it'll send an email to the students. It may end up in their spam folder, but this will send them an email. I'm not going to check that right now. And I'm going to hit send assignment. And we see it's present here now in my in my active folder, in my active view. Now I'm going to open up the desktop software as if I am the student who now has this assigned to me. Now, when their program first opens up, it's checking the server to see if there's an assignment available. And if you see, it's blinking their assignment button, and it says that you have an assignment available. So let me click on here, and there's that assignment we just made. So this is all of the content. This is a way that you can really make a structured one assignment for all students. If you want them all to have the same exact questions, this is a nice and easy way to do that. So let's say I'm going to read through these articles here. So the student read these articles. And go back, and I'm going to upload my results. And now when I come in here, so it's showing 0%. If I refresh, that should change. And sure enough, it did. So that means that there's been some work done in here. I'll go and select this one, and I can view the progress. So this is showing me, this is my desktop. Now, this is showing 33 1/3%, and the total completion is 16.7. Because there are two students here, so only one of the student completed some work. So I completed some work. So select the student you want to review, and then you can just select like what study module. Now, I didn't take the exam. I didn't watch the videos, so they shouldn't be in there. But the articles here, we can see that these are the two articles that I read from the assignment. So you can make sure that what the work was done. The last piece I'm going to show is you can also create an assignment while you're working through the content. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this tutorial, that you have the ability to also play around with the actual content. So you'll come into the study modules in the student section. And let's say that we are going to go into the practice exams, and perhaps you're going to build a custom test by keyword. And we'll say that we're going to be doing enteral nutrition. Let's see. No, let's add some more in here. All right. So there's 5 questions in those 2 that I selected here. So we're going to take this test, and again, add as much as you want. Now, if you notice this red button at the top here, we can add any like this specific test to an assignment. So if I click on this, and I can either add just this one question, so just this item, or I can add the whole set. So let me say I'm going to add the whole set. And you have 2 options here. Do you want to add this to an existing assignment? Now, an existing assignment will be a queued assignment. So it's something that hasn't been pushed through yet. I'm clicking on this and it's not populating because I don't have an unassigned assignment. So I'm just going to go and create a new one here. And let's just call this the tutorial study mod assignment. So I'm going to add this whole set of 5 questions to this tutorial study mod assignment. Okay, so you can continue on with this test, but I want to go back now to the study modules. I want to quit this test. And let's say that we're going to go into the flashcards, and we want to add some flashcards too. So that was that in clinical. So choose the clinical section. And we have a set of 25 cards here. So I want to add this one to the assignment too. And I want to add the whole set. Now this time I can go and click on existing assignments, and here's that one that I created on the practice exams. I'm going to add this set of 25 cards to this tutorial study mod assignment. And let's go back home. And let's go into our assignments. Now, these three buttons at the top here, so active, it's always going to revert to the active assignments, just showing the list of active assignments. Queued, again, this is anything that you started but you haven't pushed it out to the students. So this is the one that we just made while we were in the study modules. And just to take a look at, completed means it's past the due date. So even if all of the students have completed an assignment and it's at 100%, if it's still within the due date, it's going to still be present in the active column, the active view. When it's past the due date, that's when it'll be present in the completed section. So clicking on the queued button here, there is my queued assignment. And we're going to modify and push this because you see there's no assigned date. All we did was give this a name and add some content to it. It's not assigned to a cohort. So we still need to make some changes to this one. Click on modify and brought in the title. We didn't give it a due date yet, but let's just leave that as the default. That's for next week. And put it to my Spring 24 test. Here is the content. It's already in the assignment. You're welcome to add more to it. I'm not going to do that. Again, you can check the content in here. And let's go and send it to the students. Coming back to the students program. So it's not in here yet. If you tell the students that they have an assignment and they're already in their software, they can go and click this Fetch New. This is going to look for any new assignments available. And there it is. The software will check on when it's first opening up for the students, and it will check every, I think it's 15 to 30 minutes. I forget what it is, but periodically it'll continually check for new assignments, and then it'll blink that button when there's a new one available to call their attention to it. So let's say that you created this assignment last year, and instead of reinventing the wheel and going through all of the steps and adding to, you can simply select an assignment that you like, and you can do this from the completed or the queued sections also, and just hit copy assignment. And this will make a copy to that assignment here. You can, again, rename it, but it gives it the -copy at the end. Choose a different due date, and maybe we want to add this to my test cohort class. And again, go through all of the steps in the wizard to complete that assignment. So that's everything I have to show you. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you do have any questions, please definitely reach out and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.